Yo, welcome to the Inconclusive Show.
In this show, we talk about the things we want to talk about
We're just three lifelong friends
Brought up in three different ways,
with three different
with
perspectives.
three different
three
perspectives.
different perspectives.
This is our show.
So stay tuned. Okay,
What was
Taz.
that?
How's it going today, guys?
That was a Tasmanian devil cry. Battle cry.
Welcome to episode 5. Welcome to episode 5. Guys, this is a momentous day.
A what?
How?
Episode 5.
How's episode 5? Okay.
Episode 5.
So
that's a big
we
deal.
We on Empire Strikes Back right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
God, with the Star Wars references.
fine?
You guys know
Yeah.
I don't watch it.
with Star Wars references. I know.
I got a lot of them,
Well.
so be careful.
Got you.
So we're a day late, but that's okay because Desmond has been, doing his thing. Arnett's looking swole today. I told him.
I just
He's
have
been
to
working
give
out
a
like
shout out to
crazy,
Tupac.
apparently.
Today's his birthday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is it Tuesday, June 16th? It's the 16th today. We released on the 17th, but today, 16th, is Tupac's birthday.
Isn't
Happy
it
birthday, Tupac.
Juneteenth?
Nah, it's the 19th, I believe,
Juneteenth
right?
is the 13th, right?
Oh, my God. We were horrible.
Or the 19th.
Look it up. Please, somebody. Hold on. I thought it was the 19th. I'm probably wrong, though. This is terrible. I've been trying to educate people on my
is
heritage
on
all the last 3
Oh,
months.
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's on the 19th.
Okay.
It's the
19th. Okay.
The fact,
Juneteenth is the 19th.
yeah, the fact that I had doubt in my mind is pretty sad.
I thought it was the 13th. I don't know why.
I, always
that
thought-
nigga-
I don't know why. I thought it was the 16th. Maybe because there was like a big festival that day.
Weird.
Okay.
Well, anyway, on to today's topic. Let's talk about these rotten, smelly kids.
This guy.
What about them?
Mostly not about the kids, but more about. So we're at that age, boys. We're in our mid-20s, and two of us are in pretty long-term relationships, and I kind of just want to talk about our take on having kids.
Yeah.
So, how many kids do you guys want?
3. That's it.
Shit.
Dang, Desmond already knows.
3. Well, I don't know. She wants 3 kids. I'm just repeating what I've heard multiple times.
Wow. Wow.
But I want at least 2 boys.
Yeah, I don't.
2 boys. You can't really.
Well,
I
with
know
designer
I
babies.
can't
Yeah,
really,
you can.
You know.
You can just adopt. Adopt kids.
That's true. That's true. That is one way to
Yeah,
make
that's
sure.
true. That is true.
If you have 2 girls, what do you do? What are you doing?
I'm buying 2 shotguns.
Yeah, okay. 2 shotguns? 1 shotgun.
2 shotguns.
1 shotgun wouldn't do it. You gotta
Nope,
get
I'm buying 2.
2. Apparently, these are like vampire girls.
No, they're for their little boyfriends or whatever.
Oh, got it. I thought you were gonna kill them.
No, what the fuck, Gary?
I thought
This went
I
to
was
a dark
thinking
place.
some
Where did this
dark-
go?
That went
Dark
dark
stuff.
so fast.
Yeah, that went way dark.
I was like, you need 2 shotguns for each of them. Golly,
No,
Oh, all right.
no.
my bad.
But honestly, I really don't care the sex of the child. I want.
He just said he
don't-
wanted 2 kids. I mean,
know,
2
right?
boys.
Yeah,
He's like, I want 2 boys, but I don't really care.
I'm saying I don't like. I would like to have, but at the end of
This
the day,
guy,
I
I care, but
as
I
long
don't
as
care.
As long as I has a child for me,
3 childs,
Man,
actually.
I'm okay. 3 chillins.
3 chillins. What
What
about
about
you,
you,
Renee?
Arnett?
Yeah.
Yeah, no less than 4. No less than 4 kids.
No less
My-
than 4. That means
Yeah,
he
no
could
less
have
than
like
4.
10.
Arnett said he trying to get busy.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no less. No less than 4.
Dang. Why?
That's not that big.
Why so many?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wanted to have a couple kids. Truly so they could have each other's back. They can have a certain sense of unity. It's easier to run a business when you have more people than less. Yeah, stuff like
Oh
that.
my God! You have hands for your business. That's what you. That's
This
how you
is
think of
child
your
labor,
kids.
Arnett.
Because
I'm
I had
I'm
you
trying
so
to-
you could work for me.
Well, no.
As soon as they hop out the womb. All right, here's your paycheck. You start
Nah.
Monday.
Start
Oh,
Monday.
paycheck, buddy. Well, it's paycheck, little buddy. You got to start off with the volunteer side, huh?
Oh my
Let's get you some volunteer hours, won't we?
Wow,
Shit, you might as well give them a signing bonus the way you go.
that's crazy. Man,
Signing bonus? What is that? A dessert? Do I just give them dessert? Is that a signing bonus? No, I'm joking.
no, 4 kids is too many. And if
No,
that's
I don't.
the-
It's like
think so.
the roof over your head is a signing bonus.
This guy. No. But
Food
no,
on
it's,
the table.
it's. I think it's important. I think it's important to teach your kids certain traits that you know that would benefit them. Like, for instance, I feel my kids, they should probably go into a trade like insurance, real estate, stocks, at least to like get that little certificate in.
and if they want to be
If they
movie
go to-
stars,
If they want to be movie stars, they can do that. But I'm saying, like, I'm really like talking about a certain way if they wanted to go. Like, if they were 16 and they were like, hey, I really don't want to go to high school anymore. I want to go to college. I would say, okay, well, you understand it's going to be more difficult this way. But would you be on board if your kids were saying that I don't want to go to high school anymore? I just want to go to college?
No.
Why?
Everybody has to have a high school
you
education.
can't drop out of high school.
No, you don't. I'm just
At
asking.
least.
But
At least have a
I
high
feel
school
like
education.
high school to me it wasn't that hard. Like
I'm not-
everybody should
saying
be
it's
able
hard.
to have a high school diploma or a GED of some kind.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So a GED. But what I'm saying is a high school diploma isn't. So the way I see certain things like college. If you're going to a junior college when you come straight out of high school, it's like you're relearning some of the same stuff you just learned in high school. Like general
Not
ed,
necessarily.
with
I don't think.
general ed is a lot of that stuff is kind of the stuff that you learned in high school all over again.
In college, you're saying?
Like general ed. Yeah.
No. I mean, not.
I mean, it gets it's not exactly the same, but I'm saying some of the stuff there is the same. Like
Some, yeah. But I mean,
math
like,
is the same, like English and history, like those things. But you get to choose more into a certain, like I don't know, like direction you want to go when it comes to those things.
once
But
you're
I
done
feel
with
it's
your.
still.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You do kind
And
of
then this
touch
is the
on
thing
some
I-
of the same subjects, but it's more of it's a college atmosphere and a college way of learning, and it's different. You know, high school. I don't know. I didn't learn anything in high school, to be honest. I mean, I learned a little bit in high school, but you could just like BS through all of your classes.
No, honestly, I feel like high school to me was you sit down for 8 hours, you get up, you do homework for those 4 or 5 classes you may have, and then whatever time left is up to you.
What do you mean 4 or 5 classes? What kind of high school did you go to? We only have 4 or 5 classes.
I had 4 classes.
You have, you did too, huh, Arnett?
Yeah, but that was New Tech. We had
Yeah,
two classes in one.
first period, second period, third period, like whatever. Like it
In my class, we had 6 periods.
Yeah,
damn.
We
I
had-
remember when I went to McClatchy too.
Yeah,
it
we had
had
6. So you had 3.
And you could
then
have a
lunch,
0
and
and
then
a
3.
7.
Or 4 and
So
then
here's
lunch
the
and then
thing.
3. I don't know, and then 2.
Here's the thing, like I would. So let's go back to this. Well, I don't want to keep going with this subject, but my kids,
Yeah.
if they wanted to leave school, I would have to basically see where they're at. Like I would have to ask them a couple questions because I don't mind my kids getting a GED and jumping straight into college. What I don't want is my kids to have no high school diploma, just a GED, and try to just basically do nothing with their life, like, or try to be a, like you said, like a movie theater person. Like, I think if you really wanted to do that, you can go to the college and get that experience.
Wait, what do you mean by movie theater person?
No,
He's
because Eric
talking
said
about
if
an
he wanted
actor,
to follow
like
his
an
dream as,
actor.
yeah, if he wanted to be an actor or somewhat or something
I
like
don't
that.
think that's the best
Oh.
approach,
Shape or
Arnett,
form.
to- If you want to be an actor, you don't. I mean, you go to, you get
No,
an agent
I get what
and you
you're
start
saying.
auditioning. You know.
I get what you're saying, and I'm not saying that's not a dynamic you could also go down. I'm just saying if I wanted my kid to like truly get a feel of what life's to come, because the biggest thing that I see that's a huge thing is when people go from high school to college and like the culture shock that they have. Like the
Right.
culture shock that they have is so crazy. It's like a lot of people don't finish college because a lot of people become dropouts for whatever reason
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
College is
But
very
a
different
lot of people
than anything else. Any of the other schooling.
exactly. So if I'm able to drop my kid off, pick them up, like kind of have somewhat, or not even drop and pick them up, let them take the light road to get home. I know the hours of their classes. They keep checking in with me. They go to their tutoring session when they need to. Like if they're doing everything that they're supposed to, then they're going to be ahead of the curve. And that's the whole thing that I think of. It's like you can have a GED but have an AA degree by 18, 19
Right.
if you got your GED at 16. So it's like I'm really looking at my kids being able to do that because they'll already have a like
So you're
They'll
basically
be-
saying
basically
you're,
by the
you're okay
time-
with your kids drop or taking a test
Not
to
dropping
get out,
out,
of,
but-
yeah, taking a test to get out of high
Get
school
out of-
early, but you really want them if they do that to go to college.
yes, I want them because it would yes I would.
Why wouldn't you just want them to complete high school and then go to college?
Because I know high school is more of a waste of time. Like I don't
Okay.
think that what they're learning
But
there is going to be as beneficial as
it's a necessary waste of time. Like I feel like
But-
high school is high school.
Mostly
Like,
it's-
you have your diploma.
I feel like
But they
That's-
did 2 years of
like-
that. What I'm saying is they still did 2 years of that. Like it's not like they didn't get the experience of high school. They just said they didn't like it. They may be wanting to pursue something this way, and I'm like, okay, well, I know how you can do that. I'm not going to be the
I
parent.
feel like
mostly
I feel like
high school is just for
high school is a
maturing.
necessary high school is a necessary thing for every single child, regardless of how they feel about it. I wanted to say fuck high school. I hate it or blah blah blah.
Same.
But my parents made me finish because they valued at least having a high school education. And yeah, they said you don't have to go to college, but you have to finish high school.
Okay,
You know,
so
like you have to at least graduate high school, get that diploma.
I think it's
Like, I get-
difficult. I think it's I think high school is more about maturing, just growing up, and before you
here's-
go to college.
But here's the thing: once you get to like once again, like we've all been to a junior college, I believe, and
yeah.
I've seen a lot of people digress in
Burped
maturity
in our ears
since the time.
again.
Excuse me,
Again,
but
Right.
third time.
well, excuse me, guys.
And
but
the audience's
they-
ears. We're sorry, guys.
They digress. Well, I'm sorry, guys, but they digress in maturity. A lot of people do once they hit college. Like as soon as they hit college, they feel like they get to do whatever they want. Especially if they're going to an out-of-state college or they're going. They still know, but they still have a certain pressure to make sure that they do well enough. So it's not like. I feel if my kids are in my same house, it'd be kind of difficult for them to do anything else. It's like, and they still get that experience. They still get to go to football games. They still get to do college. I mean, high school level stuff. But now they get to go to the college stuff. Now think about it. Like if I was 16, would I rather be able to go to a college game or would I rather want to go to a high school game?
College.
But the choice is mine. I get to go to both.
That's on you, bro. We can't answer that. That's on you.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not really hindering my kid from anything. I think they're really getting a better experience because they get to see things differently. Like, because by the time everybody else that's 18, 19, I think it's going to make them more mature. Because by the time everybody else is 18, 19, those kids are going to just be coming in. You're going to see them lose their fucking shit. And my kid is going to be like, why the
Yeah.
fuck are they acting like that? But
Well, I lost my shit. I was only 17.
see? So, but my kid, but here's the thing, my kid will still be in my presence. It's not like
Right.
they have a
But
job
that-
or anything like that. They're still like, they
Right.
still have to come home. They're still not like,
Honestly,
it's basically like high school, but
I
it's different. They'll see the difference in the class.
If I had my way-
I wouldn't.
if I had my way and I've had money and I would definitely tell my kids after high school that they could take like a 2-year break between, because and like I would want to pay for them to like go and travel, you know, for between high school and college, because honestly, if I'm basing it off of myself after high school and my maturity level after high school, I was not ready for college at all. I was not even close to ready. Maturity wise, I was not close. I was not close to ready. So for my kids,
Anything I felt.
yeah. So for my kids, I would be like, hey, take 2 years, go and travel the world, mature, and then come back in and do college. And I think that, I mean, I've been in college for, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? I don't know, a long time. And I feel like if I would have done it properly, if I would have, you know, if I had the opportunity to kind of come out of high school, go and do kind of whatever I wanted to do, and mature a little bit before I started college, I would have had a lot better experience, you know.
Got you. I mean, but here's the thing, like with me, with my point, I think my kids, if they have an AA degree by 19, and then they have a trade that they have, like for instance, they have an insurance certificate, they can go into that field and do that for the rest of their life. They don't have to. My whole thing is being able to have my kids at least set up to where they can live by themselves, where they can live alone and make a well enough check to where they don't have to worry about certain stuff. And I think that's a better. But I think my kids will mature faster because they won't be going through the same things with a group of people. Like the group that they won't really hang out with certain people. Like, they'll hang out with those people while they're still in high school. So by the time they get to college,
but
he's big, bro.
You can't control really who they hang out with.
Oh, no, I don't expect to. What I'm saying is, like, they're not around. Okay. So when they go around their friends that's back at high school after a year of being out of college, he's going to look like big bro. Like, they're going to be like, bro, how was it? Like, oh, how was it at City College, et cetera, et cetera? They'd be like, oh, yeah, it's like this. And then the next year, I mean, my kid will still be ahead of the curve. So
I see what you
everybody
mean.
else will be like, so
But
the people
the
that
problem
influence
is-
him.
The problem is, I think with your theory, you're imagining your kids as, I mean, like, what if this happens? What if they go to college and fail all their classes?
Or what if they just don't want
Or
to
what
go
if
to college at all?
they go to college but
Then-
they hate it and they're like, I don't want to do this anymore, and drop out?
They don't get to do that because I still have to
I
make
mean,
sure that they're in school. So
it's
it would
not-
be elite. I would have to tell them that I will have to go to prison if you do not go to school.
No, I'm talking about college.
This becomes
College.
this issue. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're going to college before they're of age. So they have to go to college.
Is that true?
But why?
I'm not
why
sure, but I'm
rob
pretty
them-
sure that they
why
can.
rob
No, I
them-
think once they have their
why
GED,
rob
they're
them
done.
of-
They're good.
Yeah, why rob them of the whole high school experience? I feel like every child should have the high school experience.
I still don't feel like they're being robbed of a
4
high school
years.
experience.
I don't know. It just sounds a little bit
Huh?
too specific for me, and like you know exactly the decisions they're gonna make along the way.
Well, I'm not
Like,
saying
it
I'm not-
sounds really calculated.
it's
Very
calculated.
calculated.
It's not
Too calculated.
It's not foolproof. It's not foolproof, and I'm not saying that that's going to happen. But I'm saying if they do choose to say that they don't want to go to high school anymore, I'm like, well, let's pan out your options. What are you thinking? Because you have to go to school, so we can talk about going to this style school, or we can talk about getting you a GED. And we could talk about you going to college and you seeing and living that experience, but you have to go. And you have to make sure that you're able to pass your classes. And I'm going to be honest with you, son. College classes are easier. They are easier. You have to take less of them. You only have to go to them once or twice a week. It's simpler, so you have more time to work on it, and then you have time to really fuck off. Imagine if you were as focused as you were in like you weren't really as focused in high school, but if you saw that you can do your homework within a day for the full week, as a 16-year-old, you would have taken that deal over having homework every day.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So
But I feel like the high school
I'm-
experience is inevitable for everybody.
I don't-
like some people are fucking wicked smart. Like they're fucking out there. Like they don't even have to go to high school. They tested out of it really quick. That's not most kids.
Yeah.
I feel like if my child says I don't want to go to high school anymore, I'm gonna be like, hey, like, sorry. It is what it is. Like you have to. Like I was in your shoes before, but it gets easier.
Yeah.
Now, college, if they say they don't want to go to college, I'm gonna ask them to get a job.
Yeah.
Like get a job. Like high school to me is required.
Okay, but
On
what
that
if they
note-
There's no way around
On that
it.
note,
my
And-
question is,
I want to kind of
I just-
go back
go
through
ahead.
the first question and answer it, and then I want to move on. 4 children is too many. 2 children
No, it's
is cool. I think I want 3 children, and that's
This nigga here.
that's my final answer, and that's a decision I made, Desmond, not my girlfriend. Katie,
Okay.
I think she
Alright.
wants
He's
like
like-
2, maybe 3. I don't know. Maybe we started on the same.
I'm pretty
number.
sure Desmond said 3 kids.
No, he had-
he said
Did you
I
say
said-
3?
I said 3
Yes.
too.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you said 2. So yeah, I like 3. 3 is good. I like that you have. If I have 3 girls, that's fine. If I have 3 boys, that's fine. If I have a girl, boy, girl, that's fine. If a boy, girl, boy, I'm fine. So I don't really care.
We get the combo.
yeah, we get
So.
This
Moving
isn't
on.
KFC,
There's
bro. You don't have to.
there's unlimited combos.
Thank
This
you.
isn't a fast food restaurant.
Moving on. So after you have your kids, I want to talk about like some acceptable parental behavior. Basically, should you hit your kids? Will you hit your kids?
No, I no. I don't think I was never hit as a kid.
You were never hit as a kid? I'm surprised.
I mean, I was maybe once or twice, but never like beaten.
Never beaten.
Like with a belt or
yeah,
anything.
open hand,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Arnett's over here thinking.
No,
hard.
because I mean, I think at a young age you should be able to spank your kids when they're real young. But
What's real young?
once you get
Like babies,
like
fresh out the womb.
Infant. 2 days old.
no, like
You breathe the wrong way.
told you to walk.
you know, no, like up to kindergarten, like pretty much up to kindergarten.
From when?
So
From birth to kindergarten?
no, from like
You gonna beat your kids when they barely even crawling?
of course not. About what 1.5 years old.
1 years
Yeah,
old?
about around this. Because
That's too
I said
early.
1.5.
Like one
I
and a
said
half,
1.5.
1.5.
That's too early. That's
Aren't
so
you-
young.
Whoa, bro! What the fuck?
Until you guys have been around a 1.5-year-old, I don't think you guys truly understand why you
I've
start
been around a
spanking
1.5-year-old.
1.5 too.
But I mean,
Yeah, but you haven't
I've
been around.
never seen
no.
a parent slap their 1.5-year-old
I'm
I
not
think I have.
this guy.
I think I have.
or discipline. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, like
1.5
I
is
can't see
almost
it.
2.
I can't do it.
1.5 is almost 2, Desmond. It's not a baby, but
yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
like.
but
18
still,
months.
it's
like
it's one. It's,
Somewhere
it's
near
spent
2,
One
like
whole
near- how about
year
that?
on this earth.
Let me
and
be
you
v-
already beaten them.
let me just be vague. Around
Or
2.
them.
Around 2.
No, I
from
can't do
from
that.
2 to kindergarten, you should be allowed to beat your kids, or not
You should
beat
be able
them.
to spank them. Not
Well-
I'm not saying not. You should be able to spank them. Not hit them. Like, damn it, how do you say this without sounding like
Spank. I think
Discipline. Discipline.
No, that doesn't mean physical, but like spank.
You know, you like
you don't
yeah,
beat
you
them.
like hit their arm. You,
You
might
don't hit
You
them.
might hit their butt. Yeah,
You
you're
spank
not.
them,
You're not
as
trying
in,
to.
like-
You're not hitting.
correcting them.
You're just telling them that was the wrong thing because you know it's more like direction at that point when they're like running towards something and picking things up and you're like, no, I need you to stay away from that. You tell them to go away from it, then they do it again. You tell them, look, you say it in a more stern voice, and then if they do it a third time, it's time to hit them. But
Here's my thing. I think you can beat
That's
your
a toddler.
kids. I agree with you, Arnett. You should be. I think people can beat their kids. I think that you have to have certain rules that you follow if you're going to beat your kids.
Right.
And I don't think you should like beat up your kids.
I wouldn't say beat. That,
Yeah,
that
no.
just sounds more
Yeah,
like-
you're right. So not beat your kids, but like
spank
spank your kids. And I
Yeah.
think there are very strict guidelines you have to follow in spanking your kid. Like you can't spank them when you're angry. I think that's a big problem that when kids get spanked, that's a big problem if the parent is incredibly angry. I don't think you should be able to spank your kid in public or for minor issues. You know, like it has to surpass a certain level of the kid has to surpass a certain level of disobedience. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I see too many kids
So
getting
I'm not
spanked
against.
for such
I'm not
stupid
against
stuff.
spanking. Yeah, I'm not against spanking, but I don't think I would really try to spank my children. I think I would try to find other ways to discipline them. So yeah, no, I was a kid that got spanked as a kid. I don't feel it made some changes, but it gave me more fear than anything, and I don't necessarily think that did too much. It did some good, but it did leave some scars. So,
Are you talking
Yeah.
physical or emotional scars?
no, more emotional.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like you can get spanked. It really depends who's spanking you. It really depends on the reason, because it can be because that's how you get pushed in beliefs as well. Like certain people's beliefs might be pushed in through spanking, like like don't snitch.
Yeah, my aunt was very adamant in disciplining my older cousins, because she was a heavy churchgoer, so she believed you spare the rod, you spoil the child. And she used to whip her kids with the belt, spoon, whatever she could find.
Dang.
Nothing too bad, but
Yeah.
just enough to get the point across of you will not cross these boundaries ever again. I'm going to show you why.
That's another thing.
I'll show you what happens when you do.
That's another thing.
But I feel
think
like
if you're gonna spank your child,
Yeah.
you can't spank them with anything other than your hand, open hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like for me, I was like taking my privileges were taken away basically if I acted up in any way. You want to act up? Okay, you're not going to so and so's house later on.
Right.
You want to act up? Well, then no more video games for a week. Or
I think the most important thing with that is that you have to follow through with it.
yeah, you follow.
And your
through with
parents
it.
followed
And
through with
and
that
my
stuff.
parents
Yeah, they did.
They did.
'Cause
They did, and there was a series of lectures afterward. No matter what I did, so
Yeah, you see, but
it would always be a lecture of some kind, followed by the consequence
Yeah.
and a list of chores I had to do.
okay. Here's the difference,
So
though.
yeah,
When you get spanked, like it's more of an incentive to not do bad at all, because like I said, this is one of the good parts about the spanking part. It's like, well, if I do bad, it's not like I just lose my shit. It's like I get my ass beat too. But if I do right, I get all these stuff and all these amenities afforded to me. So I'd rather get all that stuff afforded and given to me than to not get it. And it was more. It's more on the lines of, well, which one would you rather take, this side or would you rather take that side? And
yeah. But I feel like if anybody needs whipping, it's them white children.
But what I was gonna say is it makes you
do that.
look.
Don't-
It makes you look. It makes you look at stuff in absolutes. Like it makes you look at stuff like that's absolutely right and that's absolutely wrong. Even if it's a mental philosophy of your parents. Like,
Here's
so,
my thing. It's funny. I've heard Desmond. My dad had the same kind of parenting on his dad's side from his dad that you had from your parents, Desmond, with the lecturing, and from people who have
Yeah.
had that parenting style, they talk about the lecturing just as bad as getting spanked. Like that lecture of they like sit you down and they just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
They talk you to death.
Like-
I've been talked to death so many fucking times in my life. I already know what they're gonna say. Like if I were to do something and like recently, like I would say not recently, but like about before I moved out, it was just a long ass lecture.
Yeah.
I don't remember about what, but I just remember it going on and on and on for about 2 hours almost,
nonstop.
nonstop.
My dad complains about that
and
too.
the thing is, the next day would be like oh, this again. You know, like I'm still getting lectured.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, like
Yeah,
my
no.
dad,
It
like,
wouldn't
this
stop. It's mental torture.
I think this was like
it is mental torture.
this is a direct comparison. My dad stayed with his mom, right? His mom, and his grandfather. His grandfather used to tell him to pick a switch off the tree, right, when they were about to get beat. And
yeah.
I think he rather have had the switch than the lecture, honestly. And
Really?
that's kind of funny to me.
Just get this shit over
Yeah,
with. Come on,
like,
bend over.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You get the whooping. You get the whooping, and you're done. You go on throughout about your day. But when it's like when that thing keep getting brought up over and over and over again throughout the day, and anything you do or say, it gets brought up again. That's like torture. It's like
It is torture. It I feel like it's worse than the beating.
right.
The beating or the spanking. No, hold on. The spanking, yeah, it's there. Like it's physically scarring. And you may know not to ever do that again, but with the lecturing, you're scared to do wrong. Like you'll just get lectured all the time.
Yeah.
I've been on.
And I think I wouldn't lecture my kids. I just say this is what you did. This is the consequence. There's like to me, I don't want to lecture my kids.
Oh, I'm a
like, you
lecturer.
did
I'm a
wrong.
lecturer. I'm a lecturer. I lecture my girlfriend. I don't argue with her. I lecture. So I know I'm going to be a lecture
Yeah.
parent for sure.
No, but
Yeah, I can't physically hurt my kids. That's something that's a boundary I will not cross.
yeah, you see, no, I had both sides. I've had the lecture parent, which is more my dad, and he'll lecture me, like you said, to death. And then I had my mom, and she would spank me. And the difference, have you?
I
My dad
feel
didn't
like
spank me.
I know. I feel like
Damn, you got both.
no. What I'm
sorry,
saying is,
man.
I felt like Arnett's dad. I think I've not sat through, but I think I've listened to some of his lectures.
No, that was a continuation of a lecture.
It's like no,
not-
that was the back end
like,
of it.
no.
He was just bringing it up again.
Yeah, that's what it's like. You get it constantly over and over and over and over. It's like I could do something good and get a lecture. Like, my fucking god, bro. At this time, really? Like, I'm doing good and I'm getting lectured about some shit over here. Okay. At this point, why even make sense of this shit?
But that's another thing. You got lectured for pointless stuff sometimes too.
So that's what.
He ain't the only one.
So,
Prime example right here.
I don't know.
Eric, I am pretty sure you sat through some of mine.
Yeah, I did.
We've all sat through some of each other's.
Yeah.
And it's not the most comfortable
My
thing
mom's
in the
never
world.
lectured
not.
me. She doesn't lecture me. We have conversations.
your mom
We have heated.
Your mom had a
conversations.
conversation. Your mom had a conversation with you, and it turned into she's beating your side. So it sounded.
Wait,
It didn't
what?
sound like a lecture. No, I've been at your house when your mom is giving you a talk, and they sound pretty stern.
She
I have
doesn't
yet to see
lecture
that.
though. She doesn't lecture. She's not a
No, I
lecturer. She's not going to be like.
It's
"You
not
did
a
this,"
lecture.
And this is the
It's-
reason why this and this and this. She'll be like, "What's going on?" And I'll be like, "What do you mean?" That's the thing. She's a prodding kind of person. She wants you to talk more than she talks. So she's like,
Oh,
"What's
that's my
going
mom.
on? Talk to me.
That's my mom right now.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know?" And it's like, okay, I'm doing this because this and this. Well, what can I do to fix
Yeah.
that? What can we do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, my mom came to me like that just the other day, and I was like, "Are you? What I did was right." Like it's like, and I had to explain to her how I was right, and then she was trying to explain to me how I wasn't, and I was like, "I'm for sure." Like, and then it came to a
definitely
head, and I was
right.
like, and then I came to a head, and I was like, so she wanted me to say I'm sorry, and I was like, I'm not. I knew in my mind, I was like, I'm not apologizing for something I thought was correct. Like,
right.
what I
Yeah.
did was not. Yeah, what I did, I'm gonna stand on my morals. What I thought was that, and what I did was true and correct. Like, I'm not going to turn back and say that I didn't mean to do that, because I did.
Right.
So
See, the thing about
well, wait. The same thing that I just said right.
I can't.
I was gonna say the same thing that I just said right now is the reason I get in trouble with my dad, because it's like I'm standing on my principles, and it's like I know I'm making sense of it, but you're not making
Right.
sense, and I'm getting in trouble. But go ahead.
That's where you bash heads. I can't have an argument with my mom ever because of her background. She's a lawyer, and lawyers always like to be right for some reason.
Everyone
turn 'em
likes to
into
be
yes and
right
no
in front of
questions.
lawyers.
And
But they
no,
turn the
it's
questions-
not even yes or no. It's not even yes or no. The way she does, I finally figured out how she does it. She asks like, okay, what's the problem? Or
That's all of us.
what
I've heard that
you know,
question. I've heard
and
it.
and then she tries to make you flip to see her view. I'm like, no, hold on, back up. That's not what I
That's
said.
not what I said.
And then she tries to. It's more of a nitpicking, and how she goes about it is very lawyer. It's like a very lawyer type thing to do. Like, well, you said this, you said this earlier, but now you're saying this. So she mind fucks you.
No, what she just said
And
was, should I be
that's-
trusting you now or should I be trusting you then? And then it leaves a place of plausible. Plausible.
Yeah, that's why I refuse to get into arguments where like, okay, this conversation is over. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've been in those arguments.
And honestly, I've said that recently, and like that's it. Like there's no we're done. There's no more talking. Like I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
For
I
me,
Because
it's
it just comes to the point of like, I'm right. I'm a lawyer. You're wrong. You're not even educated. That's how I feel. I know she's not saying that. That's how I feel. Like what she's
I
saying.
got you.
My 8 years over your 4 years of high school and
It's the
2 or
expression
3
of
years
it.
of college.
That's the expression of it. Okay.
And it's more it's demeaning. It really is. It is demeaning. Like it puts you at a point where like, damn, I can't say shit.
no.
Like
I mean, if she's standing
I
on,
can't-
if she's only standing on credentials, just don't make the argument credentials. Like, if she's to that point,
Well,
just
that's-
like,
there was no topic of
I know, but
credentials.
it's
she
like-
brings it up.
oh wow,
As some sort of fucking power trip.
oh I know, that's
And I was tired of it. Like I still am tired of it.
No, I
So that's something I have to figure out. I have to resolve with her.
I'm
but-
actually very happy that my mom is who she is, because we're a lot alike, and we like arguing about facts. Like we stick to the facts, and there's no. If we're arguing, there's no like, well, you're just stupid. Well, you don't ever do any. Like, there's no going back in the past. It's like, what's the problem right now? And it's like I can talk to her,
Yeah.
and we can argue about something, about what the problem right then is. She doesn't bring up anything else. I don't bring up anything else, and it's like
Yeah.
we argue, but it's like a controlled argument, because I mean we both have
like a
kinda-
debate.
We both, yeah, it's a debate, and we both. But the thing is, we both have some anger. We both explode. Like we both have done things. We're very hard to push over the edge, but when we get over the edge, we're like Tasmanian devils. You know what I mean? Like,
That's more of me than anybody,
yeah.
really.
So my mom, she was in an argument with her mom when she was like 12, and she got so mad she threw her backpack through the kitchen window. Like her whole backpack through a window.
Fuck your
At
window.
12. And like I could imagine that, because I've flipped a few tables in my time, and it's not I'm super, we're very cool people, and we don't lose our cool like in public or anything, except for that one night. But I blame the alcohol.
What
The
one
one
night?
night we went out and I was like pissed off at you and Matt. There was just the one
Oh,
night.
when you were all pouty.
Yeah,
and shit.
I was just
I
drunk.
remember.
But usually we don't lose our cool in public. We just like go home and take it out on our family, and that's all. We're
This
good.
guy. This guy.
We walk in the house, and we're like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. What's going on, bud?
Fuck the dog.
What's going on, guy? You
sound like
okay? You okay? No, I had a bad day.
You sound like a 1970s company man. You walk in and you just fuck up everything, like just yeah.
But no one takes offense to it. They're like, oh, he had a bad day. What's going on? Talk to us, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
talk.
want to talk. But we'll sit down and we'll talk about it. Where's dinner? Yeah, it's being prepared. Don't worry. Go to your room. You know, it'll be ready.
Oh,
in
that
the
reminds me of
hour or so.
F is for family.
I just feel like the stricter the parents, the more craftier the child gets with their lives.
True.
What do you mean?
True.
What do I mean? Look at me. I'm a fucking example of that.
You're not a good liar, bro. You're a terrible liar. Not to mention,
no,
you don't
I-
really get
no.
away with anything.
This guy.
You'd be surprised of what I've gotten away with.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you probably get away with everything else everyone else gets away with, but like
No,
your parents had you on lockdown.
I'm not gonna mention it on air, but I'd love to talk to you
Okay,
about it later
yeah, we'll
on.
have that conversation because your parents had you on lockdown for
They
a
did,
long time.
and it was fucking depressing. I hated it.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I didn't think. I don't. I never went to a high school party, but that was because they wanted me to. I get that.
I don't get that.
But they no,
Yeah.
I understand. Like, I get that. However, when it came to more of my social life, that's when I felt like they were like doing way too much
Yeah.
What do you mean?
with the whole controlling when I get to go, how long I get
I'd
to
be like,
stay.
Desmond, come over. He'd be like, I don't know, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're 22 years
can't.
old. What,
I
what do you
can't.
mean? He's like, I don't know, man.
You crazy man.
You don't get your 22-year-old self over here, bro.
Let me ask my parents. Let me ask my dad.
God.
I had like full reign by the time
But
I was
honestly,
a senior.
I'm just gonna be that dad where I'm gonna be like, okay, you can go. Who are you going with? How long are you gonna stay? Do you have a ride home?
So they needed to know all that?
No, that's what I would be
Oh,
like.
okay.
As a like, I like, yeah, you can go to your friend's house.
Okay.
I would only do that
How
if
long? Like
I would
how long? Like when you getting back? I want to know.
I would only do that if I was if I had a girl. Like
Really?
as a guy, I'm just like whatever, bro.
You gotta protect your boys too. I feel like.
I mean, just don't get in the car with drunk drivers. Don't get in any situations you can't get out of. Don't die.
Really?
That's all. And I hope that I prepared you
Don't
to not
die.
do anything stupid. But other than that, go ahead, man. Just if you're gonna be late, tell me.
Honestly, I have a way to look at it. Like, would you allow your kids to go to high school parties? Like,
Yeah.
late night high school parties?
Yeah,
Like,
I would.
yeah.
I was
Like-
deprived of that privilege. But
wait,
yeah.
no. What parties did I meant? Oh. Okay, so at what age? 14 when they first get to high
16.
school? 15?
No.
Honestly,
16.
the last 2 years of high school.
Last
Last
Yeah.
2 years,
of high
junior,
school.
senior year, for sure. Like, go.
But if honestly though, if they were on like any type of team, I would be kind of worried because
Not in high school.
Anything
though.
could happen.
High school sports are different than like college. Like, you can go out party.
I know, but I'm saying if you do something to fuck up your eligibility or like if you get arrested, colleges won't look at you.
Yeah, but that's just I wouldn't want my kid to be arrested even if they weren't on a team. Like, that's just something
Yeah.
I hope that I would have enforced in them through the years.
Honestly, I just say be responsible.
I
Really?
would,
So wait,
Don't do stupid shit.
would
Just
you
be
drop your
responsible.
kids off? Would you be willing to drop your kids off?
I wouldn't want
Yeah,
to.
I'd drop my kids
No.
off. I'd pick them up.
I'd be like, take an Uber, take a Lyft. I'm not driving all the way out there. Me and your mom are dug in. Go, get out of here. But you better, if you're gonna be late, if you're gonna be home past like midnight, you gotta call. If you don't call, I'm calling the cops, and you may not be welcome back in the house.
And then you get that ass whooping.
This guy.
I'm letting you know that right now. But I mean, other than that, I'm like, take care. But that's if it's a boy. I want to be. That's if I have. That's if I have a son. A girl, I gotta know where she is, how she's getting there, how she's
You gotta
getting.
put a tracker on her phone.
You know, because girl, I mean, it's just a different game with women. You know, it's like you got to really make sure your girl is safe. Whereas guys, only harm. I mean, the only danger that I think a man can get in is the danger he puts himself in. That's not true. That's not true of all cases, but I'm saying like most of the time. Whereas women,
I want my son. Okay, what about dating? What about because I feel like we treat our sons different than our daughters.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like my son, no matter who he dates, I really don't care.
Just don't get her pregnant.
We're in a changing
Right.
time. You know, be safe. Rap before you tap. You know, always be a gentleman, whatever
Right.
costs. Like no matter the cost. Be willing to, like, just don't be a
Right.
dick.
Be a gentleman.
It comes down to it, don't be a dick.
You know, like
But however, with a girl, you know, make sure that he's always being a gentleman towards you. And I feel like I'm gonna set that example with her, with
the way you treat her mom. Right.
yeah, with the way you treat her mom. That's something that they look at
That's
first.
a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. And I want my daughter to be treated like the queen that she is. And I will not tolerate any type of treatment other than that. Anything like, you know, like less than that. If she comes home crying or she gets hurt somehow, best believe I'm going to jail.
I just watched.
So, if a man-
that reminds me of something I just finished watching yesterday. Have you guys heard of the show Rami?
No.
It's on
Randy?
Hulu. It's a good show, and I just
No.
watched season 3. I think I just watched the end of season 3. And Rami, in the first season, he's like this kind of cool, awkward dude, and then throughout the seasons, though, like this third season, he's just like proven to be like just the worst type of guy. He's just not. He's a terrible person in general. And so like the season ends on. Man, I don't really want to.
I'm not.
I
gonna
know,
watch
but
it, so
I don't
just go
want
ahead,
to.
spoil it.
This is a spoiler alert, so I'm going to talk about this for 2 minutes. So if you don't want to listen to it, fast forward 2 minutes. So anyway, the season ends with Rami getting married to this Muslim girl, and it's very cultural. It's very cultural. So this girl has not slept with anyone. She's like been saving herself for her husband, yada yada. They get married. He sleeps with this girl, but the night before he slept with an ex-girlfriend, right? Who also happened to be his cousin. So basically, he tells this girl the night that they slept together, the night that she gave himself to him, that he wants to have an open marriage. Because I guess in Muslim, whatever, it's like, I'm going to get through this faster. So basically, he tells her he wants open marriage and he wants to have another wife and this. And she's like, what the frick? Basically, the next morning, her dad shows up and he's a Muslim. He's devoted Muslim and he's a sheikh. So he's got this whole thing about handling his anger and all this. But basically, he wanted to kill him. And I thought that was a funny scene. Check out Rami. That is free. That is a free
I will. I'll check it out.
shout out to that show.
I just feel like, honestly, any boy that decides to do some fuck shit, like to fuck with a girl's heart and mind, that's bad parenting on their part. On the boy,
I would say that, but I've met some people whose parents are like perfect. It doesn't seem like that's where they would have got it.
But still, like,
It's
that's
so
just,
I feel like some I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know where it comes from. I have no clue where it comes from, but
It's disgusting. I just think it's disgusting. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in real life.
Seen what?
It's
the
like the ultimate disrespect towards another woman. Like it's.
What do you mean?
And what do you mean?
Where
what
have you
I mean?
been, Arnett? Jesus. Specify.
I've been listening to you
Like,
guys talk.
I just feel like, especially the most important thing is Malcolm X said it best, the most disrespected woman in the world is a black woman. And in order for us to, I'm gonna get philosophical real quick. In order for us as black people to elevate ourselves, we have to start with the black women. What are you doing, Arnett?
I'm waiting for you. I was just waiting for you to finish. What are you talking about?
What was that?
I look over
Anyway.
and this man's playing with his nipples.
But anyway,
Please
I
stop.
was just supporting our women out
This
here.
is a serious
I don't know
topic.
what you talking about. I was out here supporting our women. You doing all this fruity
my
shit
God.
on the air.
But
God.
it just goes back to how we raise our boys and how we raise
Our boys, 2 men.
boys that boys that
No
become
pun
men
intended.
by no copyright. Please don't come after us. We don't have money. It wasn't meant to be copyright infringement. No, but just not being a dick to women or like anybody. And I think it's really important for me to stress that to my son.
I want to specify.
And to my
Being
daughter.
a dick includes like smashing and dashing, right? That's a dick move. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Like,
it?
to
Because
a degree, like-
some
like-
people don't even think it's a dick move. They're like, oh, I mean, I got what I wanted. and I
depends how
left.
it's-
I mean, no harm done.
Unless
Honestly.
it's set up front. I
One
just
night-
want sexual relations. I don't want anything
Why'd you
else.
say it like that? I just want sexual relations.
This guy.
Sexual
You sitting in
relations.
front of the
I don't
Oval
know,
Office?
like-
What are you doing, man? What is this? I mean, I guess in certain cases, one night stand, but that wouldn't be considered a dick move. I could see.
I don't think so.
No,
I could see if
I'm
you
saying like if you.
went out.
Sorry, go ahead, Ernest.
When you hype a girl up, we talk for weeks and weeks and weeks. You smash, and then you just leave. That's
And then
the
you
ultimate
don't.
dick
And then you
move.
don't hit her back.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's what you're talking
That
about.
means-
Yeah. Then that's
Yeah.
That means
that's
you
a dick
don't.
move,
that
but-
means you don't care about her feelings. You don't care about her pride. You don't care about anything about this girl.
But at the same, here's the crazy thing about it, because when you talk to somebody who's a dick about this shit, like they make sense of it for some.
Yeah,
for some
I
odd
know.
reason.
They make sense
Now-
of something that doesn't really
Like, what's the
make
shit
sense.
that you hear though? What's the shit that you hear when they do it? It's like,
Well,
oh,
she was a thought. She didn't, she smelled bad. I don't know. Whatever the stupid.
So apparently you don't know. So it's usually like I was just I was just chilling with her so I could smash. She was just trying to smoke with me. Like, basically, it's 9 times out of 10, it's like they feel like that chick wasn't going to either try to A, truly be with them, B, they thought they were easy, or C, they just wanted to fuck. Like, but I guess those would be dick. Those
I
would be
just
the
I,
dick
I
things.
just feel like that should be established
Okay.
from the gate though.
But you should be honest. You should
like,
be like,
I know, yeah, like you should be honest with it.
people do that. Like, but are they dicks when they do it? Like, when they say, "Bruh, I told you I was just gonna smash and cut." Like I said, was you trying to let me?
No,
hit?
because if they already said it,
Yeah.
and then it's on the other person.
Yeah.
Because that happens too.
That-
That's true.
So, but if they
It does.
but if they do that with X, Y, Z amount of girls, does that make them? What does that make them? They're telling the truth. It's not like they're lying.
Well, I mean, if that's what they want
Right.
and that's what they communicate, then that's what it is. It doesn't make them anything.
But here's the thing: you're never gonna hear a dude say, "First things first, bruh. I told her that I was just gonna only smash once. I told her that." Like, no guy starts the story like that. It depends. Like, they might, they may not, but Most guys, I don't see doing that. I see a couple of guys do that, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's. I want to talk about something that has gotten me very excited, and that's that the NBA is back. Sorry, taking a 180 here.
Toward at the end of the show.
Speaking of smash and pass,
So the NBA is coming back July 31st.
end of July,
How you guys feel about that?
and there's only a select
My
amount
Kings
of teams.
are one of them. Whoa.
Whoop de fuck.
Yes, our Kings.
My bad. I always forget the Kings.
Yeah, right. I'm from
I know
Sac.
you're not
Shit.
from Sac. You are, I guess.
I was born in Sac. I was born in Sacramento.
What?
Yes, I was born there. I just moved in so many different states and so many different cities. It just when I tell
did
people,
your
like, it's
parents
hard
meet
to
in
tell
Sac?
my story. Yeah, they both went to Sac State.
What the heck?
They went to Sac State. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Man, he's more
didn't even
Sacramento
know
than any
that.
of us.
I wasn't even born
My
in
dad
Sac.
graduated from Sacramento, from Sac
Were you
State.
born in Sac, Desmond?
No, I was born in Merced. Then I lived in San Mateo, and then I moved to Sac.
Wow. I was born in L.A. and then moved
Yeah.
to Sac. But, wow. Okay, back to NBA. I'm excited. Like I said, there's only 22 teams of the 30 teams that are going to be playing a few games before playoffs in
In Disney
Yeah.
World. And the fucked up thing is, their families can't even go to Disney World because that shit's closed.
They're opening it up. They're
It
opening
sounds
it
like
up.
they're supposed to be opening it
I don't
up,
think
though,
so.
once it starts. I wouldn't go. No,
I-
forget
like,
that.
Because the COVID cases,
They're rising.
They spike. Oh, speaking of that, by the way, no one in Arizona was wearing any type of mask or any type of gloves. And they have the highest number next to New York, the highest
Really?
number of cases.
No fucks.
Yes. I'm like, what the fuck were you guys doing?
Not
fucks,
caring
they don't-
at all.
they don't care.
Yeah.
Apparently.
No,
that's
they
what
They're
No.
like,
That's what
they're
they're
like,
good at.
we have our
But
guns to
excited.
protect us.
I'm excited to watch the NBA again. I'm excited
Me
to watch
too.
NBA again. Some type of sports. We've been without sports for
Yeah,
about 4 months now.
My life has been meaningless without sports. Wow. At least partly.
That's a bold statement.
Partly meaningless.
We got 90 more days till football starts.
That's not happening.
Preseason.
Have
is
they
happening.
officially confirmed it? I don't pay attention to football.
Well, at least college football.
College,
I
yeah,
don't know
they're
about
more united
pro
front
football,
than
but
NFL
college
right now,
football.
especially.
Because college football, I feel like they make more money than that. Like they make about the
a little
same
bit
amount of
less.
money as the NFL,
A little bit less.
I think they would make more.
like a little bit
no.
less.
Or I don't know.
NFL has a lot more contracts.
kept
I mean, Nick Saban was the highest paid coach like 2 years ago with like 10, 15 million.
I think college is just it's different with advertisement and a lot of the sponsorships and all that.
Yeah.
I think the NFL is allowed to have a lot more sponsors in college.
Well, they recently changed that rule where college, depending on their likability and their being well known, college players can make money off
Yeah.
advertisements.
in California. Yeah, in California, not in
No.
No, everywhere.
No, everywhere.
And all
It's an
NCAA,
NCAA thing.
Yeah, but they. I
It's
checked-
everywhere.
When
right?
did that? Because I read a story about it just a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I saw there was like California, but there wasn't like every other state.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's
Weird, 'cause
everywhere. 'cause-
NCAA is not.
yeah, it would be weird
NCAA
if
is
that was
not-
the
It's
case.
not
Yeah.
their. I don't even think their headquarters are located in California.
But Gavin Newsom is the person who was passing it, so that's why I'm like,
Gavin Newsom
pretty sure
for
it was only Cali.
NCAA.
yeah,
Eric, check.
I
Just
am,
check
bro.
real quick. Just
no,
check.
for California, not for NCAA, for California, being able to do that. Yeah, site.
I don't think
I
it's
don't
a
think
government.
thing. It's
Like
it's an
it should
NCAA.
be a sport. Yeah, it's an NCAA regulation, not a government type.
I know that, but check.
I wouldn't-
check,
I know,
guys. Because I'm.
Wow. Okay, I think Arnett has some merit to what he's saying. He says NCAA athletes could be paid under new California law. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a bill to allow college athletes to hire agents and make money for endorsements. The measure, the first of its kind,
Yeah.
threatens the business model of college sports.
That's what I read. And the colleges were fighting back because they don't want to be pushed out of the NCAA, the schools out here, because the NCAA doesn't want to pay the players.
Right.
So, but Gavin Newsom took it on, and it's really good for college athletes, but it's not everywhere. I think it's only here in California.
Is that just for football?
That's
Or-
good.
No, that's for
It's
sports.
any
That's
it's an
sports.
NCAA sports regardless.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Huh.
I was like, I know I read something. I didn't take notes, but I read something on it. So I was like, I knew it was Gavin Newsom. I knew the strong
I got to
points.
do some more research on that, but that's interesting. That's weird. I mean, it's good. I like that athletes are getting paid. I mean, they're making so much freaking money for their schools. They should be getting
Well-
a little bit of the money.
It's still not finished. It could be slowed. The process could be slowed.
It's a proposed bill. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not finished.
Or
It's not.
oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, whatever happens, I hope the athletes are able to get paid. I think this is a good place to end the show.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll wrap it up.
Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe.
Wow,
Peace out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. What he said. Thank you for listening to the Inclusive Show. We hope you enjoyed the show. We're a day late for today, but we will be coming out with a new episode on episode 6. This is 5, right? Episode 6 on.
Yeah, this is 5.
Yep. Return of the
We'll
Jedi.
get, the new
baby.
episode on Thursday. Episode 6 on Thursday. Catch it on Thursday on YouTube, Instagram. What else? Just catch it on YouTube. I haven't really got our Instagram going the way I wanted to, but we'll get there. We'll get there, boys. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Have a wonderful day and peace out.
God, that was super
Peace.
I know.
long.
My
Peace.
bad.